You're watching SBA Today. With all the latest news, stories, and advice, here are your hosts, Paul Long and Tonya Mazurek.
Welcome to SBA Today for the week of September 16th, where our motto is likely helpful, definitely entertaining. Tonya, what are we talking about today?
Well, we're going to talk about 1 month away from the end of the SBA year and currently Live Oak versus Newtek. Who's going to win that battle? The time to close a business acquisition is going down. We'll tell you why. And Send This File is going away for Lending Match. Those are coming up.
Yes. So really quick before we get started, I want to thank Acquisition Aficionado magazine for their support of the podcast. We get a lot of great articles from them, and they help us with topics and such. Make sure to check them out at www.acquisitionaficionado.com. And if you spell aficionado right the first time, I will be super impressed.
And if any of you want a shout out, send us a topic you'd like us to talk about. We're just going to go ahead and throw that in there right there because it's perfect timing.
100%. Absolutely. So this week I wanted to share a story. So I was sent to have lunch with a center of influence, a broker. And so we set up a lunch and everything. And so I always call the day before, just want to make sure we're on track. And he goes, I totally forgot. I'm actually running a booth at the fair, the Washington State Fair. And so he's like, you can come down here if you want. I was thinking to myself, well, okay, I do love a good foot-long corn dog. So sure, sounds great. So I'm like, well, that's random. So I go down there. And so we're sitting there at a booth and behind the booth and we're talking business and such. And someone will come on over, and so I'll wait and I'll stop my conversation so he can sell, and then go back and keep talking. And as I was leaving, because it was a great meeting, but I was leaving, I was thinking to myself, where's some of the weirdest places I've met people? And I really did some analysis, and I am sure if you've been in this industry long enough, you have also done the fair or some other weird random thing. So I was going through, and where have I met a client or did a loan signing that was weird? Okay. So in my history, I did a loan signing at a hospital while the wife was in active labor.
Shame on the man.
Now you're probably thinking, Paul, I mean, come on, can it wait? That was my thought too. She's like, I'm here. I don't care. Just give me a couple minutes in between.
Oh my God.
And so we signed loan paperwork on her bed while she was in active labor. I think she stopped a few times and had a few contractions and moved on.
What a trooper.
But wait, there's more. I don't know what it is about a hospital, but I did it again after somebody had a heart attack. Now, here's the deal. I make it very clear we can wait. Okay, I'm not one of those BDOs that I would care about a commission or anything like that. But again, if they're adamant, I'm sitting here in a room, I'm available. I'm just sitting here recovering after a heart attack. So I've done 2 in a hospital, and I would love to hear, and I know Tonya would hear these too, is where have you had the weirdest loan signing or COI meeting, etc.? Please put them in the comments. I would love to hear these stories. And we may even share them on a follow-up episode next week, because if they're really good. So
that'd be great. Well, you see, Ray dropped something in. He says he's had calls with people who've been in delivery room, but not an actual closing. So
wow.
So he said
that's so juvenile, Ray. Come on, man. Do a signing. By the way, it's not real easy to do with the bed and everything. It's kind of hard, but
exactly.
It can be done.
I know I've done them on construction sites.
Sure.
The typical things, people's homes or whatever. I did do it in a McDonald's restaurant one time because that's where they were, and they were taking off out of town, and they're like, you know what? Meet me here. Okie doke.
Yep.
We'll pretty much do a closing wherever you guys want us to. Put it that way.
That's right. That's right. Our check clears regardless.
Exactly. Oh my
Let's
goodness.
jump into the news.
Absolutely. Well, it looks like, okay, so our next, okay, I'm going to pull this down here a little bit so I can see it. Maybe, of course not. We are only a month away from the end of the SBA's year end,
Less
basically.
than a month.
And,
2 weeks.
and yes, the end of the month. And there's a war of who's going to be the leader in our SBA loans for the highest lender, I guess, for 2024. The two that we have in one corner is going to be Live Oak Bank, and in the other corner is going to be Newtek. Who's going to take it? So, Live Oak Bank, they currently have 1.727 billion.
It's just crazy.
Holy moly. Billion? What? Seriously? And in the other corner, we've got Newtek currently number one at 1.847 billion. Billion?
Crazy.
I mean, crickets. But who's going to take the spot? Currently, Newtek's they're leading the race, so that'll be a kicking Live Oak out of that spot. What do you think is going to happen there, Paul?
Oh, I just sit back and watch. I guarantee that Live Oak, the behemoth that they are, will probably make sure that it happens. Newtek, though, is also
Really?
has something to say about that. So it'll be very interesting. The thing that makes me kind of stop and think is, okay, 1.727 billion times an average premium on the secondary market of say 8, and you start doing the math.
Right. Right.
And then you think about, what if that was my commission plan? And run that against your commission plan if you did 1.727.
Yeah, I think I would retire. Sorry, Midwest Regional Bank.
I think we
At
all
that
would.
point, I don't know. I
1
think
year.
I might be cruising around doing some yachting.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, when I get in the numbers, and I know there's other people watching and listening, they're doing the same thing.
Yeah, but you know what? Live Oaks has 1.2 billion to kind of come up with between now and the end of the month. So we shall see what's going to happen.
Yeah. So good luck to them. That
Yes.
is for sure.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's right. We will see who wins. So one thing, so the next topic I want to talk about is time to close. So this one was really interesting, and thank you very much to IBBA and Washington Business Brokers, Ryan, for sharing this information on LinkedIn. But the average time to sell a small business stayed relatively stable at 7 to 9 months across most deals of the sector. Of that time, roughly 60 to 120 days are spent in due diligence and execution. I thought that was actually kind of interesting. And of course, after a signed LOI. So if you go back to Q2 2024, it was 9 months. Then the next quarter, Q1 of 2024, it went to 13 months. Then back to 10 months, then 12 months. So it's kind of like a heartbeat. So it's very interesting to see how that works. And I always wonder too, does that have something to do with market competition? Does that have anything to do with how prepared a borrower is? It's probably all the above, right? There's definitely a lot.
Well, if there's construction.
If there's
that would
construction.
be my thing, because that's my slowest because of permitting and whatnot.
Sure,
Kills
absolutely.
us.
It's very interesting. So keep an eye on those, and always try to be the person that can be quick, yet efficient, yet pass your audits.
As a bank?
I know.
No. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness.
Right.
Well, what's your longest? What was your longest to close?
Oh, geez. I've had one that's probably took 7, 8 months. And of course it wasn't me, it was just all the other stuff that goes into it. But man, I celebrated when that loan closed. I was so sick and tired of seeing that on the pipeline. It was insane.
I have one right now that I'm in. And thank goodness, literally their construction is only supposed to be like all of 3 months or something along those lines, but we're having issues with permitting. So let's see, I closed this July. I think it was July of last year. And so we're
Wow.
still waiting. And we've got that 2-year mark, that we've got to complete it from the time of approval. So it's coming up on it, but there's not a dadgum thing we can do. So that would be one of my longest at this point. Yeah.
TikTok.
It's
Yeah,
crazy, right?
I agree.
Right.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Well, moving on. So the next one we wanted to discuss a little bit is as of September 15th, 2024, SBA's Office of Capital Access, the OCA, will no longer use send this file to securely receive loan documents. So going forward, they want you to use box.com and securely transfer documents that way to commercial loan servicing centers, both in Little Rock as well as in Fresno. And the National Guarantee Purchase Center or NGPC, as some may know it. Make sure your IT department knows this before you need to use it, which is always a
That is the problem
right?
100% of the time. Thank you, bank firewalls.
Exactly. After all of that, it's the end there that comes in most important. Lenders and CDC should continue using E-Tran document upload for submissions to the SBA or to the 7A Loan Guarantee Processing Center, the LGPC, and 504 Sacramento Loan Processing Center, the SLPC. Oh my goodness, Lordy. So kind of a short little show today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay though. We're short but
okay.
mighty.
It is okay. So anyway, if you want the news as soon as it breaks, catch us here on LinkedIn and or YouTube. We break on Tuesdays and or any of the streaming platforms that you use to receive your podcast. If you have something for us to talk about, go ahead and shoot us an email at sbatoday@artofsba.com and or holler my LinkedIn messaging to get an even faster response. If you're a business owner or prospective owner, let's see how we can help you. And reach out to Paul. If you are in Washington or if you need something in Washington, Oregon, or Idaho, reach out to Paul along there at Gesa Credit Union. If you're in Colorado, Texas, Missouri, Florida, Arizona, and now Tennessee, reach out to myself, Tonya Mazurek at Midwest Regional Bank. Both of our contact information will show in the show notes. And don't forget, if you're a passionate SBA professional, don't forget to reach or watch one of our other family of podcasts, the BDO Show and the Art of SBA Lending, where you'll get your favorite podcasts wherever you stream them. And last but not least, and very big, is the BDO retreats coming up on January 17th and 18th, 2025, and registration is open. So get it in there, guys. Anyway, That's all for us today. We'd like to tell you to make it a great day.
See you later.
Yeah.